Hello, in this video I try to beat hardcore Minecraft in 100 days. I know this trend has been done so many times before, but not by me. I want the stakes of this video to be high, but you know, this game is made for children, it's not that hard. Starting with day 1, I look at my surroundings, I immediately spot the village, hoping to scam the locals and steal their stuff to trade it to them for emeralds. I spot a cherry blossom biome on top of a big mountain which could make for a really good build spot later. I punch a tree with my bare fist, craft a crafting table, then head to the village to craft some tools and such. I see the hay bales, craft your mum and get started. I saw an iron golem, built 3 blocks high, then killed him. I find the villager willing to sell emeralds for wheat and scam him. I then begin to look for food. I kill a few cows, you know, not that many. I didn't bring them to the brink of extinction or anything. Craft some furnaces, then run to the mountain for a better vantage point. The night starts to come and the panic of having to survive the night begins to set in, so I sleep. Day 2. I begin by getting some coal, cook a few bits of steak, it won't take that long. Once that's done, I eat, then look for the ocean for some easy loot in shipwrecks and buried treasure. Night comes, so I sleep again. I keep looking around for different biomes and screenshotting the coords as I go. I find a broken nether portal and loot the chest. Nothing special but loot all the same. I run some more then sleep again. I find an iceberg biome. Polar bear tries to kill me. I see another broken portal. The loot is terrible but I take it anyway. I find a shipwreck and steal the golden iron and take the buried treasure map. I immediately start to look for the buried goods. I found the chest first time but the loot is nothing special, but iron is still good. I find some underwater ruins and decide to take a look and see what the new update is like, so I craft a sweepy broom thing and start sweeping. Underwater. In another shipwreck, I loot the coal and bamboo for a farm later and take the buried treasure map. Night comes again, so I sleep once more. Day 5. I find the buried treasure and there's nothing special once again. I sweep some more, find some lots of pots and sometimes emeralds, and then I sleep. Day 6. I start returning to spawn, looting more structures on the way. In one of the underwater temples I found a horde of the undead, some wielding tridents. Honestly, so many people are scared of the trident, man. Probably because they can two-shot you. But me? I'm not scared. I killed them swiftly. They didn't drop the trident, so I spit on their grave and continue with my life. I try to sleep, but a bunch of the undead want my sweet ass, much like real life. So I murder them all. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. Then I sleep. Day 7. I find another buried treasure map and start heading towards the X. I finally find diamonds. This will mark the first of many. I continue on my way home trying to see if I can find any other structures. I find nothing notable on day 7. I pretty much spent most of the day rowing. Night started to fall so I went to sleep. Day 8. I finally made it back to spawn. I placed my furnace and crafting table together and put all my stuff in a chest. The organisation at the moment is a bit manic, but this will have to do for now. I make a wheat farm, steal some cows for a cow farm. I make sugarcane too. I want to get to level 30 enchants as quickly as possible. Day 9. I mine to the new diamond level to get 5 diamonds to craft diamond pickaxe and an enchantment table. I save the other diamonds so I can return with the fortune 3 pickaxe and mine them for later. I do this until my picks run out, then I head to the surface. I farm my farm so I can have enough wheat for the cow farm, enough sugarcane for the bookshelves, and enough bookshelves for the enchantment table. I explore a bit more, try to scam more villagers out of emeralds, then I sleep again. Day 10. I found a jungle temple and avoid the very hidden and very dangerous traps that could end my hardcore run. I find some of the new armor trims and continue on my way. I sweep some more, then I go to sleep. Day 11. Nothing notable happened on this day. I swept some more, I explored the ocean, more just to see if I can find any more XP. Nothing really special happened today. Day 12. I explored an underwater temple and found a sniffer egg. I have no idea how the sniffer works. I guess I can get some cool flowers, but honestly, I have no idea. Day 13. Found a saddle in my exploration and decided to tame a horse. I will name him Pedro. Ride the horse back to my home and look at the surroundings on the way. Day 14. I decide to explore a cave and mine for some more ores. I fight some spiders on my way and find an abandoned mine shaft. I really hope there is a cave spider spawner. A cave spider spawner is one of the best early game XP farms. There was a cave spider spawner. Now I can make a temporary XP farm to get basic enchants to slay the ender dragon. Day 15. My sniffer has hatched, and he is tiny and small and cute. I love him. No clue how he works though. Oh well. Day 16. It started to rain so I decided to go fishing. I fished for a while. I got some saddles and name tags and fish. Across the river I saw a zombie villager. I ran to make a name tag to stop him from despawning. I will call him Gary. Gary died. Day 17. I started to make my cave spider XP farm. I dig out a 9x9x6 box with the spider spawner in the centre, with an iron pickaxe. This took ages. Day 18. Once the box was dug out, I made a tunnel 3 wide. This is so when the spiders get to the tunnel, they can be led to a killing room. I got wood to make signs and fence gates to make sure the water would push the spiders to the kill box. Day 20. I saw it was raining again, so I went fishing for a bit. I killed some creepers to have gunpowder for fireworks when I eventually kill the ender dragon and get an elytra. Day 21. I gathered my enchanting table and bookshelves for a level 30 enchant setup. This is so I can maximise efficiency and just enchant while I'm there. I sit and farm enchants for a day. Day 22. I fixed the nether portal connection spawn so I can get from home to the XP farm a lot quicker. Day 23. I thought the spider farm wasn't working, so I went to fix it. I went to see what was wrong inside and got attacked by spiders. Not even close. Day 24. I continued to farm XP and enchant my first pickaxe with a level 30 enchant. My hopes were high. My luck on enchants recently had been so bad, surely it could be better. No. Efficiency 4 pick. That's it. However, my next level 30 enchant had Fortune 3, Efficiency 4 and Unbreaking 3, which is perfect. Day 25. I took my new pickaxe and went mining for the day. I started by getting the diamonds I left from previous trips that I was saving for this occasion. I found a bunch of diamonds. By the end of the trip I had 25 diamonds, the perfect amount to make diamond armor +1. Day 26. I go to the XP farm and decide to get a fully enchanted set of diamond armor. I'm looking for prop 4 mainly, but anything will do. Day 27. I just want this armor set to last me till killing the ender dragon. Then I can make an Enderman XP farm or find godly diamond armor in the end cities. Day 28. I get a good chest piece with prop 4 and good leggings with prop 4 too. The helmets and boots were mid. I decided that fire proc 3 would do well as I'm about to make a massive trip to the nether for blaze rods. Day 29. As I'm farming XP I start to think about what I want to build. A Japanese cherry blossom inspired city going up a mountain will be good. I tried to get a good bow but I didn't get infinity. Day 30. I start to prepare for my nether trip. I got 20 obsidian to make another portal in the nether if I'm in trouble. I make preparations like gathering food and getting some apples. Day 31. I start to explore the nether. Days in the nether begin to blur together. I explore what feels like days. I keep finding bastions and screenshot the cords. Eventually, when I have better enchants and a better bow, I will need to loot these and search for a nether upgrade smithing template. But for now, I didn't want to go too deep into these bastions. But since I'm too greedy, I will only loot chests that I can see and have an easy escape route. Day 32. Starting to only take chests that look easy. I see a double chest and decide to look inside. In the room there was 2 pigmen with axes which do a lot of damage, so I was very cautious not to get trapped or pinned by them as the axe can disable my shield. Not even close. Eventually kill them then loot the chest. In the chest was Pigstep, a smithing template and soul speed 3. Pigstep is one of the rarest music discs I can find, so I was very happy about this, and soul speed 3 will allow me to move much quicker on soul sand. Day 33. I finally find the nether fortress after what feels like forever. I bridge up to the fortress and look for a chest and blaze spawners. Kill a few wither skeletons and continue to look for the spawner. I eventually find one and I sit there for a while just getting blaze rods. I aim to get about 32 so I don't have to keep going back and forth to get more blaze rods. This is done, I start to head back home. 34. I was mostly spent just retracing my steps trying to find my way home. I eventually get to my nether portal and finally escape. Screw the nether. Day 35. I wait for the night so I can hunt for a zombie villager. I run around my world in search and I finally spot one. I'll be careful to kill all the mobs around Gary Jr. and eventually lead him back to my home. Blaze rods I got, I can make a brewing sand and make some potions. The first potion I make is a splash potion of weakness. With this and a golden apple I can cure a zombie villager and imprison him and get cheap trade. The first trade I want is mending. This is the most useful enchant in the game as I can heal my tools with XP. Then I go fishing to pass the time until he turns. Day 26. Gary Jr. is now cured. I craft a lectern and sit there trying to get a mending book. The villager doesn't want to give me one, but I threaten him with death and he gives me what I want. As many as I can get and put mending on the tools and armour that I want to keep. Day 37. I made the blaze rods and ender pearls into eyes of ender and start looking for the stronghold. I hope the stronghold is not too far away. I finally find it and dig down and enter the stronghold. I'm very confused where I am, but I eventually find my footing in the stronghold. Some of the books in the library so I can get emeralds from Gary Jr. The end portal and destroy the spawner. Count how many eyes of Ender I need and mine the obsidian for another portal and place one at the entrance and screenshot their coordinates. I climb out and make my way home. Day 38. This day linking the end portal to home with the nether portals. I put the chords in the nether calculator and start running to the chords in the nether. I mark the way with torches so I don't get lost on the roof of the nether. I make the portal and the link has been made. I go home and hunt for Endermen during the night. Day 39. I decide to go in the nether as Endermen spawn a lot more there. I kill some Endermen and get all the pearls I need to go home. The Enderman got me a bit low. Even close. Most important thing to do in these situations is to stay calm, as if you panic you will be stupid and probably die. Run and dig a hole too high so the Enderman cannot hit me or follow me. Heal up and then kill them. I make my way home and make my preparations to kill the Ender Dragon. Day 34. This was spent mostly retracing my steps and finding my way home, when I finally escape. Screw the nether. Day 40. I go to the Ender portal and put the Eyes of Ender in the portal. I enter the end. Whenever I go into the end, I get ready to pearl or bridge to the main island, as sometimes it spawns you off the island. Luckily my spawn is inside the island. I dig up and look at my surroundings. The towers will be easy to get. I try to be in third person for as long as possible to make sure I don't look at a bunch of Endermen. I take out all the towers with my bow, and then I bow the dragon. When the dragon perches, I swing at him and get a big chunk of his health down. I bow at the dragon again, and he perches once more. I kill the Ender Dragon. Instead of getting a good view of the explosion, I decide to teabag at the camera, zoom in on my face, instead of looking at it. Straight to the end cities to try and get an elytra. I go to the new portal that spawned and enter it. I wasn't lucky enough to have an end city spawn right in front of me. I start to run looking for an end city. I block up for a better vantage point and try to destroy my PC and put the chunks to max so I can see so much further. I do this a few times before I see an end city. The end city I find luckily has a ship so I can get an elytra. This will make navigating the end so much easier. I run to the end city and start to block up to the ship. The shulker hits me and I use the levitation effects to fly up to the ship and run down to get my elytra. I go to the chest rooms of the end city and kill all the shulkers, take the loot and go to the next one. Day 42. I want to raid a few of these end cities to get a decent amount of shulker boxes and elytras. End cities tend to be in a grid pattern, so as long as I fly in a straight line, I should be able to loot a few cities. I find another end city with a ship again, so I can get my second elytra. Then go to the loot rooms and kill all the shulkers. Looting these end cities are pretty easy. You think Mojang would make these harder, as they are pretty endgame stuff. These shulkers just tickle you and make you fly. But falling isn't really a danger when you can fly, so these end cities aren't really that hard. Day 43. I spend this day flying for the end looking for more end cities. I want to get a few elytras in case of mine breaking. I find another end city and loot the chest and kill the shulkers. Day 44. I find another end city and take another elytra. I bow spam all the shulkers and get the chest. I sort out my inventory and look at all the armor I'd gotten. I got some very good tools and armor to combine to make good bits of armor. Day 45. This day was spent looking for a portal to escape the end city and return home before I die because I forgot my elytra has durability and fall into the void. I find a portal and can finally return home. Day 46. I sorted out my inventory and placed some shulkers down to sort all my stuff I had gotten. I'm going to get some more wood for some more chests as I need a lot more space now. The night starts to come, so I hunt for another zombie villager. I need Unbreaking 3 enchants to make my elytra last so much longer. I find another zombie villager, put him in a hole and cure him. Then I go to sleep so nothing else tries to kill me. Day 47. I spend this day putting down and breaking a lector until this villager decides to give me Unbreaking 3. I sit here all day doing this, but he finally gives me Unbreaking 3. Day 48. I went to the spider spawner, used the XP I got from killing the dragon and enchanted my elytra with Unbreaking 3 and Mending. I've combined armor pieces to get the best pieces possible. Now I'm practically unkillable. Touch wood. Day 49. Now that I have two villagers next to my setup, pillagers started to spawn. So a raid happened. The first wave came and I killed them all. The next few waves came and they posed no trouble. When the pillagers don't have access to the villagers, they just spin in a circle, so I could kill them pretty easily without them noticing. Anyway, I got 3 totems from the raid, banners and emeralds. Day 50. I decided I have tools that mine fast enough now, so a starter base would be great. Day 50 is the time to start building that. I choose cherry wood and deep slate as the main blocks for the build. I wanted it to look like a Japanese village house, as this is the best use of cherry blocks, I think. Day 50. I start building the roof, which takes most of the day as I have no idea how to make the roof curve. Day 52. I finish the roof, but it looks pretty bad. I decide to move all my stuff and organise my chest instead of thinking about how to fix it. Day 56. I fixed the roof, then took a look. I decided it still didn't look quite right, so I took it down and set it up once more. Day 54. I finished the roof on this day and I think it finally looks right. It looks odd from some angles, but overall still looks good. Day 55. I decided to drip out in some armor trims, so I used the diamonds from the end city and made some more armor trims and dripped out. I'm looking good. Day 56. I started this day by looking at the mountain, decide what to build. A waterfall in the centre would look very good. Day 57. Dark prismarine will be a good block that looks like jade. I decide to visit one of the sea temples that I screenshotted earlier. I gather some more obsidian and go to the Nether. I go to set up the portal, but then I realise I went to the wrong chords. Day 58. I had to go back to get more obsidian, then went to the correct chords this time. Day 59. I get to the sea temple and mine up to the surface. I put a nether portal a bit closer and entered the sea temple. I kill the first guardian and get a new armour trim. Break as many blocks as possible before the mining fatigue debuff kicks in so I can travel more freely and not get lost. I then look for the other 2 guardians. I find the first one and kill it, and I kill the third one. I loot the sponge rooms and mine a lot of dark prismarine. I can make them here later and get a bunch more blocks. Day 60. I mined a bunch of cherry trees and got a lot of wood. I wait for the trees to despawn and then I replace the saplings. Then place them near my base so I can mine them whenever they grow. My tools were getting pretty low, so I needed an Enderman XP farm. Day 61. I get some rails and a minecart, bring some wood with me, and then mine a lot of endstone. Using the endstone for this because the Enderman can't pick up endstone and the dragon cannot destroy it either. So if I decide to spawn all the end portals in and spawn the dragon, it won't break my farm. Day 62. I gather a few stacks of blocks and travel 128 blocks from the island. 128 blocks is the radius that mobs can spawn in. This will stop all the mobs spawning on the main island. I build another tunnel 2 blocks high so the Enderman can't spawn on the bridge. Then I start to cover this in water because mobs cannot spawn in water apart from drowned. I finish placing the water on the bridge so the Enderman can't spawn on it or teleport on it. I run out of blocks, so I need to gather a bunch more blocks for the tube that the mobs will fall down. Day 64. I have all the blocks that I'll need and I build the tube 40 blocks up so the Endermen are one shot at the bottom. I build a big platform at the top and then I spawned an Endermite above it. I build the box for the Endermite. The Endermen hate the Endermite and want to kill it, and they'll run towards it and not care about what they run into. So they will fall and be trapped so I can just kill them. 65. Then I can finally repair my tools. Day 65. I start to dig out where the waterfall is going to go. I dig a lake and a river at the top of the mountain. Day 66. I break all the blocks in the waterfall's way so it can fall straight down and it looks more natural. Day 67. Digging away stone takes a very long time without a haste 2 beacon, but anything for aesthetics. I decide on the way down I'm going to break blocks going inwards to make a cave. Later on I want to make this look like a geode by using the amethyst blocks. Day 68. As I get further down there are more blocks to break. I wish I had a beacon, but I want to finish a decent chunk of the build before the 100 days is up. Day 69. I finish breaking all the blocks in the waterfall's way. I start to make a river connecting to the bigger river. I can build bridges and paths around the river to make it look pretty. Day 70. I start to fill in the water in the waterfall and the river. I start at the bottom of the waterfall and fill in the lake and the river too. Day 71. I move on to the bottom and fill the lake and the river leading down to the bigger river. Day 72. I start digging out spots on the mountain where I want to build some buildings. I mark a few and decide to build in those and see how that looks. If it still looks empty, I can fill in with more paths, bridges and more buildings. Day 73. I had made a few designs in another world to build in this one. I started with one, but completing it took me a whole day. If the other buildings take this long, I may not be done in time to finish all the buildings. Day 74. I start on the second building on the mountain. This takes me a very long time too. I will make one more on the other side of the waterfall and then reconsider what I'm doing in this build. When building these buildings, I want to make them all look different. I researched different Japanese roofs and different designs for reference images. I start by cutting down many cherry trees to have more for the buildings. I build the other building on the other side of the mountain and this takes takes me a whole day. This building is complicated and detailed, so it takes a very long time, even for one building. Day 76, I decide to make one big Japanese cherry wood temple beside the waterfall. This will make it a lot easier as I can build around this and have a cooler place to live. I gather a bunch of deep slate for the roof of this building, and I gather a bunch of wood for the walls of the building too. Day 77. I start on the first layer of the house. I decided that bamboo trapdoors will make a very good window design. I use stone as the first layer for the temple to sit on for it to look more natural. The walls I can do quickly, but since the roof is a more complicated design, I have to redo this a few times. Day 78. Carry on the first floor. Don't know what to put as the block in between the roof and the first floor. Originally I wanted to use dark prismarine, but I will not have enough of this use. So I'm going to use stone instead, and later if I feel like it I can always replace it. 79. I get halfway through the roof. I work through the night and keep getting attacked by skeletons. Day 80. I finished the roof of the first layer and it looks good. It'll look a whole lot better when all the other layers are finished. Day 81. I start to build the second floor of the design one block in from the first. Since every single time I'll have to go one block inwards, the design of the walls will have to change every time. Day 82. I finished the roof of the second floor. Now that I have the pattern of the roof down, it is a lot quicker to build. Day 83. I ran out of deep slate for the build, so I have to go mining for some more. I also ran out of stone. I mined at coal level for a bit, then I mined at devil level for deep slate and stone. Day 84. I kept mining deep slate and stone for the rest of the day. Day 85. I mined for a bit more, then I started the next layer of the house. By this point I had gotten the hang of the design and the patterns. On the roof I've done an alternating design of deep slate bricks. This makes the build look more varied and more detailed. Day 86. I continued the layer until I ran out of wood and bamboo, so I spent the rest of the day mining the wood from the massive block of saplings that I planted earlier. Day 87. I farmed my cow and wheat farm for more food and cooked beef. I continued with the build, hoping to get it done before 100 days are up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you think you're doing? How'd you get up here?
Day 88. I started the fourth layer and I think this will be the final floor for the build. Day 89. Once again I need more deep slate, so I went to mine for a bunch. I got loads of diamonds on this trip. This will help make netherite as it takes 1,000,000 diamonds now. Day 90. I started to build the roof of the final floor. I was careful not to go too big with the roof curving upwards. I added some detail on the top of the roof and I think this build looks great. Day 91. The temple is finished and it looks great. Now I can start decorating the inside of the build. I've added some chandeliers using lanterns and chains. This will make the upper part of each floor look so much brighter as it looks very dark there before. Day 92. I spent this day looking at my build with shaders and it looks great, especially in the foggy rain. Day 93. I started to move all my stuff from the old house to the new temple. I used shulker boxes so I only had to make one trip there and back. I added more chests and more space for when I get more stuff. Day 94. I start making a bridge over the river connecting the old house to the new house. I make the shape of the arch first. Using burned out campfires, this makes a cool log effect of the base of the bridge. And I can use cherry wood as the outer layers, and then I can use fences as supports to hold the bridge up. Day 95. I finished the bridge on this day and I added more fences supporting the bridge up. I cleaned up my world, getting rid of the slight hill in front of my new build and all the creeper holes that I could find. Day 96. Spent today decorating the landscape. Planted a bunch of cherry blossom trees around my temple. I placed bamboo around this as this adds a different kind of fauna and colours to the surroundings. I use andesite, tuff, cobblestone and stone as rocks and pebbles around the build. Day 97. I spend more time decorating the landscape. I had sugarcane growing beside the river and lake. I place more rocks and pebbles around. I make a path from the bridge to my temple using dirt, path blocks, stone, cobblestone and gravel to make the path look more lived in and textured. Day 98. Spend this day adding more details to the outside of the temple, like lanterns hanging from the corners of the roof, and I add buttons to the inside and outside of logs. Day 99. I went around all the things I had built and done on this world. I was very proud of everything I achieved on this world. I got diamond armor on day 25, I killed the Ender Dragon on day 40, finished my temple on day 92. The decorations and the landscape look great. Day 100. I sat on the top floor of my base listening to the other side music disc and watched the sunrise on my world.